Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Today we are in the class 11th to study about the introduction to political theory. In the previous video we discussed the meaning of the politics. Today we will deal with the different meanings and the dimensions of the politics. A political science student must know that there are so many meanings and dimensions of the politics. Some political scientists regarded this politics as a study of science, or they call politics as science. Why they call politics as science? Although the subject lacks several things. It lacks the attributes of the physical as well as the natural sciences. It is a subjective matter, as we know that the science is the knowledge gathered by man through observations, through experimentations, through critical analysis. After that, to frame it as a systematic, or to make it as systematic or the diagnostic or an analyzed structure where things can be tested. In political science, we see that it is a scientific discipline because of its certain qualities, because of its certain attributes as it has emerged as. Here we say on the basis of the empirical research, we found that this discipline has emerged as an autonomous as an independent discipline on the basis of the theoretical structure. Its theoretical structure or its empirical studies make this discipline as a science. As such, the David Easton wrote that the factor that has contributed to this discipline has been the reception of the integration of the method of science into the case of discipline. The methods of the science which has been introduced, which has been attributed, which has been accumulated within the discipline has made this discipline as a scientific discipline. So scholars believe that this political science or politics is basically a science because several things, several attributes, several factors are responsible which cannot be generalized unless and until they are not tested, unless and until they are not analyzed. After making their analysis, critical analysis, we reach to a goal where we feel that this is a scientific discipline. And some scholars believe that this politics is an art. This art of possible. Generally believe it to be an art and art of possible, while study of politics is thought to be a science. The art of possible, the art which one acquires from his previous knowledge, the art which one acquires from different kinds of disciplines, different kinds of mechanisms he uses for getting this art. Although the line is too thin, which cannot be determined, but the political skills can be acquired through the process of in a scientific manner. But there are many things in political process which are basically creative, so we call it as an art, which are creative, and therefore these qualities are art. These are the qualities. So in general we can say this is the combination of art and science. This is a combination, so it is a pure combination of art and science. In this regard, the political scientist Stephen L. Westby says that we think political science to be an art because a politician is judged primarily in terms of his results. Although the means he used are not important or unimportant, but a political scientist Once we are talking about the politicians, a politician is judged on the basis of the results. What kind of mechanism, what kind of tools, what kind of methods he uses to gain, to have his political benefits, but he uses, these results are being counted. But in its opposition, we say a political scientist is being judged on the basis of methods, what the methods he used in his empirical study, in his studies, in his for getting the results, what kind of tools, what kind of methods he has used, which has made his writings effective or valid, where he get the results. So, both in comparison to be science, it is whether it is a science, whether it is art, we can here refer to the quotations given by this political scientists like David Easton and Stephen L. Westby. So there are so many views about the politics. We are having Greek view, we are having classical view, we are having the modern view, we are having the contemporary view. So today we will deal about the Greek view. In Greek view we see from Socrates, we see that they have analyzed, they have studied, firstly they framed a type of some certain type of constitutions in order to study the city-states. In their city-states, after that, when there was Socrates, there came Plato. After Plato make this study of political science as the study of the society, But after him, the Aristotle, who is think to be the father of the politics, he has gone through 150 constitutions of the city-states, whereby he came with the conclusion that their view, that in general we can generalize the view of the Greeks, that they have made the distinction between the state and the society, that the political science is a science which can differentiate between the state as well as the society. This is the science which lays a line, which declares, which clarifies what the society is, what the state is, what tools, what type of mechanism should be used to make a state. Likewise, they considered state to be a moral association. They made the state to be a moral association where elders need to be respected, where youngers need to be assembled, where youngers need to be guided, where the youngers ought to have a respect of their elders, where there should be a civilized society, where there should be all the amenities within the society should be provided to the people. There should be the civic life. The civic life will be only possible when there is a set of government. So the study of the governments, study of the states, study of the cities, study of these municipal corporations, study of the local governments, all that incorporate, which make this politics as a subject. They also wanted to establish an ideal state where man can lead to an ideal life, where man can get all his amenities, where man can get all his necessities, where man can fulfill his needs. The society should provide him all that what a man need for his survival. Likewise, Aristotle called politics as a master science and adopted the scientific methods in it. And Aristotle was the first political scientist who made that these scientific methods are used to study about the politics, as although it is an art, but scientific tools, scientific methods, scientific mechanism is needed to make this discipline as a comparative discipline, as a subjective discipline, as a discipline which can be tested, which can be analyzed, which can be critically analyzed, but results should be effective for society. This is all about today's topic. In next video, we shall discuss another views which will come soon after this video. Thank you very much.